All right, guys, let's try this again. I still look like I have some spotty internet, so if you can't hear me, let me know. I may have to postpone this Facebook Live, but I'm going to keep going, assuming that I have some connection. All right, like I was saying, this particular Facebook Live, I'm going to start off really addressing the people that are the hustlers. And I don't mean they're money hustlers and they're hustling for money. I mean that they are working really hard and they're giving it 110% every day towards something. They're working toward a goal of weight loss. They're working toward a goal of debt, paying off debt. They're working toward a goal of a promotion. They're working toward a goal of starting and being successful in their own business. They're working on growing their relationships, whether that's a romantic partnership, a relationship with their kids, coworkers, colleagues, networking, something. They're always working and very intentional with that goal in mind or an overarching goal in mind. These people that I'm speaking to tonight are the ones that may be feeling a little bit burnt out and a little bit defeated and possibly a little bit discouraged in their progress that they've made so far. So maybe if it is weight loss, they're not seeing differences that they want to see and they've been working at it for a really long time, or debt is still coming in and they're really having a hard time chipping away any of that, or they are trying to get a promotion and just found out today that they didn't get the promotion and that some jerk that they work with did, who they don't think would do a good job. This is for all of you who are working hard and doing your very best every single day. Know that there are people out there doing the exact same thing you are in terms of working their tails off to try to make a difference in their life and the life of those that they care about and they love, and you're not alone. And I'm saying this not meaning that there's another person looking for a promotion or there's another person trying to lose weight. I'm saying that these people are similar to you in that they have a goal in mind and they're working hard to make it happen and they're not finding that success. You are absolutely not alone in that, and it is a super common problem. Like 1 in 3 people say they're not satisfied with their life. 1 in 3. And it's so sad because each and every one of us are made totally unique. There's not one of us even close in the whole world. You may have groups of friends that you share hobbies with or interests or mindsets, but each of us has a unique perspective, a unique created body, a unique mentality that allows us to bring such amazingness to the table. And when we silence ourselves and we choose not to listen or not to speak when we're thinking these amazing thoughts, we're doing a huge disservice to the rest of the world. And we all need to be really comfortable with going forward and being brave enough to act on those things. So to my hustlers who are acting on that and courageously stepping forward, doing those things, doing what you feel you're called to do, hats off to you. And I want you to know that people notice. They may not comment on it. They may start to be negative towards you at times, especially if you are making a little bit of progress or they think you are, because you're beautiful light. They're trying to stifle that, but we both know that's not possible because you are the hustlers. You're the ones who are determined, who will reach that goal no matter what happens in your life, both unexpected or expected. You will continue to keep going. So I want you to know that people notice and you inspire people every single day. I can say for sure that I've talked with people who are moved by a simple compliment that someone gave, and it was really that they acknowledged the energy and the time that they're putting into XYZ. Their behaviors themselves change because they're seeing this person so driven towards something they want, and no matter what setback comes, they keep walking forward. So I want you to know that people notice and that you're changing lives that you don't even know about. And I guarantee down the road, if you haven't heard it yet, people are going to come up to you and say what an inspiration you were to them. So continue to do what you're doing. You will always make progress, no matter what. Even if you're getting set back, even if you want to give up, even if things are not going as planned, even if you're way behind in your timeline and you're just like, this is not happening for me, maybe it's not supposed to happen for me. I want you to know that you're always going to make progress with consistency. That one extra rep at the gym, that one extra $5 bill that you put in the bank versus, buying a coffee with it, that one extra call you made to a friend to make sure that you know that your relationship is important and you gave them the time and the thought and the consideration to reach out to them. That all counts, and it's all going to make a huge difference in the end. So keep hustling, keep moving, take care of yourself, be gentle to yourself, and know that you're doing exactly what you're supposed to do. Do that. I know it can be really challenging. I'm like Mrs. Hustle mode all the time. I totally get it. I'm 100% can relate to you. And I also want you to know that I'm not the only one who does it. Like I said, there are many people who have a goal in mind who are constantly working at that goal. And it's so beautiful when you can surround yourself with those people in a really non-competitive way. Because ultimately, if you can find those people that are supportive of you and are genuinely excited for what you're doing, and that's why I think it's great when you could find really motivated people who are motivated in different areas, because then there's that non-competitive piece that's not even in existence, because your goals are both so different. So there's just that constant support. When you can find someone like that, you're going to be able to bask in their light and be motivated by them. And you'll know that you can talk with that person when you're feeling a little frustrated or defeated. And you know, because of their beautiful, optimistic attitude, they're going to lift you right back up, and your world is going to be a better place. And you're going to be reminded on the fact that you're not alone, that people are hustling just like you, and that you can do it. If someone else is doing it, you can do it. So I just really feel it's important that I share that, because I know defeated spirit can be really hard to take. But trust me, consistency will pay off. And I want you all to know, whether you're in that hustle mode or you're not, it doesn't really matter what you feel. So if you don't feel like doing something, that doesn't really matter. What do you want? In terms of, what do you want life to end up? What do you want your life to look like on a regular basis? What do you want your body to be like and be capable of doing? What do you want your marriage to look like? What do you want your relationships to look like? What do you want your work life to look like? That's what matters. It doesn't matter that I wake up at 3 a.m. and my alarm goes off and I don't want to get up, and that my bed is super cozy and it's flipping winter out and it sucks to get up because it's going to be dark for another like 4 hours. That doesn't really matter that I feel that way. It doesn't really matter, because what I want long term is to be a good parent, to be beautiful things, be there to celebrate it with them. That's what I want to do. So in that immediate moment of me not feeling like wanting to get up, again, it doesn't really matter. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, pop up, you're up. You have to get up. There's like research done, it's super interesting, but basically that knee-jerk reaction, you have to do something, that's your body wanting to authentically, genuinely do something. And if you don't embrace that and actually physically move your body to do that, whatever that is, within 5 seconds, you're going to go back into like, I can't do that mode. That's scary, different, and I could fail at that, or I might look dumb, or they might say this, or I just couldn't do that. So you have 5 seconds to respond on those you want to do, genuinely are excited, and like literally coming off your seat to participate in. 5 seconds. So don't hit the snooze alarm. Don't, as you're walking out the door, be like, oh crap, my gym bag is inside. Well, I can come home and cook dinner, I guess, instead of going to the gym after work. No, you have 5 seconds. Turn your butt around, go get your gym bag. Again, with that $5 example, put that $5 automatically when you're sitting in the bank parking, or the bank, what's it called? Where you put your money through the tube, it gets sucked up into the building, that thing. When you're sitting there and you have an extra $5 bill, throw it in there and toss it into savings, or pay a bit part of a bill with it. Whatever you have to do, don't think about it. These choices that we make are not complicated. They're super simple to do. We know the right answer, 99% of the time. It's just not always the easiest thing to do. And that's okay. Because really, at the end of the day, you have to decide what's worth more to you. Being where you want to be in life, or staying the same. What is going to negatively impact you more? And really think about that. That should often is a really good motivator for people. So again, don't overcomplicate it with thinking about, I don't feel like doing it right now. I just don't feel like doing it. It has to be a choice, and you have to choose and forcefully get yourself up and going in those moments, for sure, because no one else is going to do it for you. So, yeah, this was a pretty hardcore message tonight, and it was partially to me as well. It's always good to hear somebody say it and be reminded of it. So just know that, again, your immediate feeling on what you do and don't want to do does not really matter. You need to constantly be reminding yourself of what you want in life. And frankly, if you've been in that hustle mode and you're one of those beautiful people who have like had a goal in mind for a while, and you're like, I want to do this, it's so sacrifice, party, outing, time. I just was like, if that really is how you're feeling, then that's a great time to step away from what you're trying to do and give yourself a day or two and see how that feels to not live in that hustle anymore, and see how that feels to not be progressing towards that goal anymore. And you should know pretty darn quick if you made the right choice or not. And the great news is, if you want to jump right back on, you can jump right back on. There's no time frame that you need to make sure you're back on the wagon by. You can jump on anytime you realize this is not, I don't want this passive life. I want to be challenged, and I want to make progress, and I want to do well. So always know that that is always a possibility, regardless of age, regardless of what your background is with, you know, your job or relationships or whatever. You can always choose a different path. There's no finale in that besides the last, you know, your last day on earth. So you always have time. For my hustlers out there, keep on hustling, making a huge difference. Trust me, you are making a huge difference. If nothing else, you inspire me every single day when I talk to you. For those of you who haven't chosen the hustle life yet, think about what you want. Again, it doesn't matter how you immediately feel. Think about what you want long term and what you need to do to get there. And talk to me if you need to talk to me. I'll help you figure out how to get there. All right, guys. Have a Tuesday if I don't see you before then.